Alright, so on today's episode of Will It Run, we are going to feature this Craftsman lawnmower. And I got it for free off Facebook Marketplace. And somebody already took it apart. He said everything is here, and boy do I hope he's right. And the sun is bright in my eyes right now. So let's see what's actually here. Looks like somebody tried to paint this deck gray to cover over the rust. Alright, so they put a new... Oh god, I hope... I think that goes... Okay, yeah, this spring goes here. Okay, so I know where that spring goes. And I need to go get a Phillips head screwdriver. Give me 1 second. Okay, so now I got all the tools I need. So I had to run to AutoZone, not a sponsor. Grab a can of carb cleaner, which hopefully you can see, and some gloves. I like these packs because I don't really use a lot of gloves. And it's a... There's six... Is it 6 pairs or 6 gloves? 6 gloves. So yeah, I have other gloves other places, but... So if I need them, I'll go get them, but... These are, you know, this is a pretty good deal. It's like $2 for those pack of gloves. And so that's all the air cleaner stuff. This is a pretty easy carburetor to work on. And probably, so I gotta see how. I know I'm going to have to take that tank off because there is stuff in it. Probably water, because this was sitting out. This was sitting outside, and we did get a rainstorm. I tried my best to have it as covered as I could, but you know, you can only do so much. So this thing's a, because they have all the cover, or they have all the labels painted over. The only thing I can really tell you is it's a Briggs & Stratton 4.5 horse engine, so I don't know what model this lawnmower is. If I were smart, hold on a second. I'm just going to say now, headphones users beware. That's all part of the governor. I don't want to drop more into the tank than I have to, you know what I mean? Hey, Itsy Bitsy Spider, except for that was not Itsy Bitsy. Neither was that one. Unless that's the same guy. I will be honest and say it's been a while since I worked on this model. They used to be very common at the one place I worked. But you know, this is a design that's been discontinued long before half the people watching this video were ever born. It's a shame because it is a fairly reliable setup. And, okay. But like anything, if you don't maintain your stuff, it is going to come back and bite you. I don't know how much you can see. Hopefully enough. I'm trying to put all these into the same piece on my tailgate. So the magnet is right there. I've already destroyed my gloves. So yeah, the tank definitely has to come off. No, that's more than that. front one's most likely 10 mil. I would love to, I would use power tools, but all my small stuff is actually at the camper right now, and I'm at home. Man, I just caught like some dust. I know most of you guys prefer me to do tech-related videos, but you know, I work on what's relevant to me at the time, you know. And right now, this is a piece of equipment that I'm either going to be giving to my 11-year-old niece, or I'm going to be selling. So let me pause this. I'm going to dispose of what's in here properly and maybe clean this up a little bit. Okay, that didn't take long. So let's turn our focus to this carburetor. It actually looks fairly clean. And I'm going to tilt the camera down a little bit because I'm going to be working down here. But we are going to clean it up some. Hopefully I don't have to take it back apart, is what I'm really hoping for, because there isn't a whole heck of a lot to go wrong with these. But there's definitely a lot of dirt in it. But what I want to do, no, I'm gonna go through this like I would anytime I'm working on something. I'm not gonna cut corners, especially for a video. Alright, so now I gotta put the straw on. Alright, so now, again, headphones users, beware! Oh, where'd that? Okay, I'm missing that little screen. It was on here. I gotta find that. Okay, there it is. How could I have been so careless? Alright, so now what I'm doing is I'm spraying through all the little jets and everything in here, and I'm getting a lot of old stale gas out of it. And I'm probably going to have, actually I might not have to, I think I'm pretty much done with this part. So now I gotta put the, anybody remember where this went? I might have to review the footage, but I'm pretty sure that's where it went. So what I'm gonna have to do now is a fun little balancing act here. Because I have to get the carburetor ready. Let me put a new pair of gloves on. It said 6 gloves, but that's definitely more than 6 gloves. So then that makes this a pretty good deal for these. Alright. Although my hands are sweaty, so getting gloves back on is a pain in the butt. Alright, so now I'm going to aim you back at the mower. So what I'm hoping is that all this stuff here is good. It looks like it should be. And God, these gloves suck when your hands are sweaty because they're getting a little bit sticky. So, not really sure why this guy went as hog wild as he did, taking this thing apart. But, you know, he did. And so now, the larger side. And what I'm doing, you know, pretty much anybody can do. You know, you find a used piece of equipment online for cheap with a little bit of skill. I wouldn't even really call it skill because a lot of times it's just sheer luck. I mean, you have to know what you're doing. But most people can fumble themselves through it. You know, you can have yourself a nice running piece of equipment. These don't have to be super tight. Now, before I do anything else, as far as putting this thing together, I am going to mount the fan shroud just enough that I can start it. Alright, cool. That's going to work. Wait. And I'm going to put some gas in it. Not gonna lie, I'm really missing my power tools right now. I need to make sure nothing's in its way. I don't want that vacuum leak. Oh shoot, you know what I should do? I should mount the carburetor down though. That would be smart. I almost forgot about that. That's just these 5 Phillips screws. You don't want to tighten everything down until you have them all in. Then you can go ahead and wrench it. And remember, on this particular model, this carburetor is plastic, so you don't want to wrench it down, but you definitely don't want it to be loose. There's definitely some more cleaning I want to do. I'll probably do that with a power washer later. I don't need it as a part to do that. You know, this is a nice shirt that I'm making dirty too. So I hope you appreciate this video. There is a channel that does a lot more of this stuff, and if you're really interested in learning all the intricacies of it, I would highly recommend you visit his channel. I'll link it down below. I have no idea how this stupid gas can works. So since I don't know how that nozzle works, guess how we're going to do it. It's like California played themselves right there. I don't want to completely fill it. But I definitely want enough in there to make it work. And now I'm going to say, again, headphone users beware. I need to make sure there's nothing underneath of it. That blade looks pretty knackered. They say 4 times, but this thing was completely empty. Alright, it wants to run. Alright, so we got a little bit more work to do. Find out why. Where'd that little spring go that I mentioned earlier? And you know, it's probably for the best that it's not running on my tailgate anyway. Let's get that spring in. Alright, so that's gonna... Does this actually have a choke? On these, this is actually important to have that screw in there. I actually kind of want to take it off the tailgate. Yeah, I'm going to take it off the tailgate and try to set it up properly. So we're going to go ahead, zoom out. This is where it's supposed to be. Something doesn't seem right, and I have a feeling I know what it is. So I gotta bring it back up here again. And I gotta take that fan shroud off one more time. And if I'm about to see what I think I'm about to see, I'll have to take you guys off the shoot. Oh, excuse me. I don't know if I have a socket big enough. And I don't. So I won't be able to see that. What I want to do, I don't know if maybe that's not sealing good enough. So let's spray some carb clean in there, which is highly flammable. Alright, use at your own risk, especially if you're in the state of California where literally everything gives you cancer. Might get maybe one more bolt in here. And I just caught my glove. There we go. And I think I might clean that, even though it's a brand new spark plug. Clearly they've been messing with it, just like we have. Oh yeah, that thing's oil filled. Well, fuel filled too. So I'm gonna clean it off. Spray it with air. Sorry. I got my air hose wrapped up on you. For some reason, this thing has like 0 gap. So I'm actually going to put the old plug back in it. Looks like they dropped it, or they tried to put a, or tried to close the gap, try to get it to spark. And that might be half the problem right there. And again, you don't want to wrench those down too harsh. I want to get that out of there. And I find where all these little bolts and stuff go. I'm really not too sure on this bail cable either. It seems like it might be kinked. But it is releasing, and it's... I can hear it wants to run. Running high. Oh! The choke was actually running backwards. Oh man, no wonder. Alright, so that was actually half the problem right there. So let's get this tin put on the rest of the way. If any of you are still here, which I highly doubt. Oh, dude, this got hammered over here. I gotta take it back apart. Try to fix that rope. Especially if there's a potential of being sold. Yeah, I mean, this lawnmower's seen better days, so it's probably not really long to the world. But, you know, it's got some life left in it, but it's all, the deck's all rusted. There's a lot of other little issues I see with it. But especially for the 11-year-old girl that this is going to, I think it'll give her some a way to make a little bit of cash. As long as nobody goes and cries to the IRS. I thought this was going to be an easier fix, but that choke lever being backwards really threw me off. Like I said a couple times in this video, it's been a while since I worked on one of these. There's only 3 screws that hold this cover down, and then there's 2 more screws that hold the oil dipstick to the cover. And this thing, like I said, somebody had no clue what they were doing taking this thing apart. I'm not talking about me. Oh man, they got the heck out of that. No, heck's not the word I want to use, and neither is hell. Remember what I said earlier about not tightening everything down until you got everything in there? This is another case of that, I hope. At least I'm hoping I can get it. At least by loosening that up. Here's a pro tip. If you're selling a piece of equipment and it looks like a screw is supposed to go somewhere, and there's no screw there, they're going to immediately go, what the hell? But I think for the time being, I could probably finish with the rest of this episode. I could probably, I'm hoping this thing will catch itself. There we go. So my gloves are destroyed again. That one's just shredded coming off. So that muffler's a little warm but not hot. Alright. Now I need to get those. Something's not sitting right with this cover though. Man, I just made my glasses worse. I'm sweating into them. And that should be 8mm, maybe 1/4 inch. Maybe simple. It is 1/4 inch by the way. Yeah, this cover is definitely bent to you know what. For the most part, most engines in general, whether it be a car engine, a lawnmower engine, everything is just nuts and bolts, you know? A lot of people try to overcomplicate stuff. Now we gotta put the air cleaner together. Oh. I think this is supposed to be over this. So that explains that one long screw was. I didn't know what this screw was for. Now I do. I wish I had my nut driver handle, but I have literally no clue where that went. Alright, so that's back together there. That goes like that. This thing will definitely need a new filter. That's the original filter, jeez. Unless somebody used a, unless somebody actually went and got a real Briggs & Stratton one. Okay, I'm hoping I didn't lose too much of that data, because when I went to pause it, I knocked the battery out of it and it said it was trying to recover data. But yeah, let's just try to cut this grass. And that, I'd say, is a fix. So thank you for watching. Have a blessed day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.